There are various types of memories that our brains are capable of holding. Explicit memories come in two categories: semantic, meaning facts and general knowledge, and episodic, meaning experienced events. For example, with semantic memories, you may remember that Lincoln is the 16th president of the United States. With episodic memories, you may recall riding the London Eye while you were on vacation in the UK. If it helps, you can remember that explicit memory holds memories of Lincoln and London. To process these memories, your brain used a network composed of your frontal lobes and hippocampus. Your brain sends information about past experiences to your prefrontal cortex for working memory processing. The left and right lobes process different types of memories. For example, recalling a password and holding it in working memory would activate your left frontal lobe. Calling up a visual party scene would activate the right frontal lobe. Think of the hippocampus as a save button for explicit memories. As children grow older, their hippocampus grows, which allows them to construct detailed memories. What happens when we damage these parts of the brain? With left hippocampus damage, people have trouble remembering verbal information, but they have no trouble recalling visual designs and locations. With right hippocampus damage, the problem is reversed. Our memories aren't permanently stored in the hippocampus. The brain registers and temporarily holds the elements of a to-be-remembered episode. Then, memories migrate to the cortex for storage. This process is called memory consolidation. Do you guys remember what really helps our memory consolidation? Think back to week 2. I know, that feels like forever ago. If you said sleep, then you're correct. I'm not going to tell you to stop the lecture and go to sleep again, but this is a gentle reminder that sleep is super important for our memories. And maybe you should try taking a nap once you're finished with this lecture, for the sake of memory formation. Implicit memories are things like conditioned associations and skills. The cerebellum helps form and store the implicit memories created by classical conditioning. If somebody has a damaged cerebellum, they may not be able to experience conditioned associations, such as associating a tone with an impeding puff of air, and therefore they do not blink in anticipation of the puff. The basal ganglia is a brain structure that is involved in motor movement, and it helps facilitate information for procedural memories for skills. The basal ganglia receives input from the cortex, but do not return the favor by sending information back to the cortex for conscious awareness of procedural learning. Procedural memory includes things like riding your bike, tying your shoes, or playing the drums. Our emotions have a huge impact on memory formation. This is because our emotions can trigger hormones that influence our memory formation. For example, if we're excited or stressed, hormones may make it so glucose energy is more readily available to fuel brain activity and signal to the brain that something important is happening. When you're stressed out about something like a job interview or a big exam, your stress hormones focus your memory. Stress also tells the amygdala to initiate a memory trace or a lasting physical change as the memory forms, which boosts activity in the brain's memory forming areas. Really emotional events can produce a sort of tunnel vision for memory. They can focus our attention on really important information while making it difficult for us to recall less relevant details. Emotion triggering hormonal changes can explain why we remember exciting or shocking memories for a long time. For example, 95% of Americans can recall where they were or what they were doing when they first heard about the 9/11 attacks. I'm probably one of the youngest people to remember 9/11. It was the first truly shocking memory that I have. I was almost 6 years old and riding in my dad's truck, running errands with him before I went to kindergarten. I remember talking to my dad when he suddenly told me to be quiet and turned up the radio. Realistically, I didn't understand 9/11, but as a young kid, I did recognize that this was a scary thing to adults, which is probably why this memory got encoded into my memory. This memory, which contains clarity of a significant and surprising event, is called a flashbulb memory. These types of memories are often vivid, and we have confidence in them. However, as we relive, rehearse, and discuss them, even these memories may contain some error. For example, for a while, I thought that the errand we were running was a visit to the bank, but now I'm less confident that that's what we were doing. The only thing I'm truly confident in is my dad telling me to be quiet and turning up the radio while we were in his truck. Flashbulb memories are fairly consistent, but the moral here is that they do have some room for error. One reason that dramatic memories remain clear in our memory is because of rehearsal. We tell them over and over or reflect on them frequently, which has the power to help these memories endure.